Welcome back to another episode of the Hippy Jump Podcast, a podcast all about the video game franchise Skate. I am your host, William, and if you enjoy today's episode, I would greatly appreciate it if you like and subscribe to the podcast. It really helps me out. So today is very different from anything I've done before in the past. This episode is actually the first time I've had more than just two people on one episode at once. So instead of bringing you guys a video of just talking about the boardroom and giving you my own opinions, I instead got together with SYPHRUS, SORABLE, and Y3LUKE, and we had a whole hour-long conversation all about the boardroom. So we break it down, we give our impressions, we talk about what we liked about it. All in all, it was a great conversation, and I had a fantastic time talking with them. I have a quick disclaimer though. I did do an intro in the beginning where I introduced them, but I forgot to record myself on my end, so it was like a minute and 30-second long intro that we did. Nothing crazy, nothing really out of this world that you missed. But I didn't have my audio or my video for that part, so that part got kind of cut out. So the episode is gonna kind of abruptly jump right into it, but you didn't miss anything important. Basically, where it picks up is I asked them what were your guys' impressions of the boardroom, and that was literally the first thing I asked them. So this is right at the beginning of the episode. I caught that I didn't start recording right in the beginning, so we're good. You didn't miss anything. I'm just giving you a little context because it kind of jumps into it, it jumps right into SYPHRUS talking. But regardless, that's enough of that. I don't want to waste too much time because I think you guys are really going to enjoy this one, and hopefully this can be a regular occurrence when it comes to boardrooms. Hopefully we can all get back together and discuss it, because I think we had a great conversation. But that's it. Like I said in the beginning, if you enjoy this, leave a like, comment down below how you felt about the boardroom, subscribe, do all that stuff. I would really appreciate it. Now let's jump right into the episode.
I think SYPHRUS should go first. That's
Okay, yeah, throw me in the deep end, why don't you?
Yeah, let Sy go first.
Okay, no, I honestly think there was a lot of information around, in this boardroom compared to the other ones. Even though it's stuff that we kind of guaranteed was going to be in the game, it's more of a confirmation rather than a speculation. So I think this one was one of the better ones.
Yeah, for sure. I 100% agree with you on that. I think me and Dragon Pharaoh William actually talked about it the other day. I was like, I think this one's gonna be huge. And in terms of information, it absolutely was. I think at least for someone like me, I'm just like, I want a beta. Give me a release date. So I think I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. But to get everything confirmed, like you said that we did, I think it was probably probably the biggest boardroom in terms of information.
Yeah, I don't know. I think for me, I think the first boardroom. Well, I don't know. Mainly just because of the free to play. Honestly, this one, when it comes to challenges and stuff, yeah, it definitely has the most information about what's in the game and whatnot. But I don't know. This one is a W episode. I will say that. Better than episode 2, I will say, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was a lot more information than the second one.
I kind of forget what episode 2 was.
Same,
I just remember there was a Braddock little cameo in the beginning.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, episode 1's tough to top though, because they announced the free to play and a lot of the new shit, but that was the first one, so of course we're gonna get a lot of shit with the first, episode. So
yeah,
what do you think about it, William?
I really liked it. I think there's a lot more information than I think people realized. When people were watching it in the live stream, they were like, oh, there's no release date, blah blah. They were complaining about stuff, but they were actually talking about a lot of details of the game. And yeah, I thought it was really good. Everything's sounding pretty good so far, in my opinion.
Yeah, it does sound pretty nice.
I'm super excited.
What stood out to you guys?
One thing that, God, I forgot what the what it was called. You know how in Skate 3 how you can own a challenge or you can kill a challenge?
Oh, they changed it. Yeah, they changed it from killed it to crushed it.
Crush it.
Yeah.
Me personally, I do like how it's an easy and then medium then hard, but I'm not the biggest fan of the names. But it's so cool, but I kind of wish like what was it called? Crush It. That was like the hardest one,
No,
Yeah.
Shut It Down is the hardest
Shut
one.
It Down.
Shut It Down
I
sounds pretty cool.
Yeah,
yeah,
that
Shut
does
It
sound
Down's
cool.
all right. I don't
They
know. I
should have
kind of
done Own It, Killed It, Shut It down.
But
I don't know.
I guess
I
there's
like
some
Kill It.
like I don't know. I
Killed
guess they're
It.
trying to appeal to a more younger audience. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you
Uh-huh.
can't
You know what I mean?
take
Because it's like
Yeah.
that one vert contest. I'm not allowed to say anymore, otherwise you get banned in the Discord type of thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're trying to
true,
change up their nomenclature.
Fair
true,
enough.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does make sense though. I guess it's because I'm like a Skate like 3, like I just love like we all love
Skate
Skate
3
3 a
elitist.
lot. Yeah,
The
so it's
elitist.
like I'm just so used to Kill It, when you like
Uh-huh.
do it like I guess that's
That-
probably why. But
Well, I mean, you're not really used to kill it because when you play Spot Battle, it just says owned.
oh,
That's
so you're
true.
saying I'm just a spot battle one trick now? Okay,
Uh,
okay, Sai,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But
um,
yeah,
yeah, it's. I think people were upset about that, the name change, but I mean, I don't know. I'm cool with it.
I
Shut It
mean,
Down sounds really cool,
yeah,
but
it's like it's nothing like big, it's nothing really to get upset about, It's so cool though, but it's cool.
one
Um,
thing that I thought was pretty important is the mention of a story mode. Um,
true.
they started out with that pretty much. I don't I don't know, like the wording of it is like, yeah, there's gonna be an ongoing story with the world and the character and stuff. But in a free to play game, that kind of means something different than a traditional game. So I
Mhm.
want them to elaborate on that more. Cause
I
Maybe it's
I
like
like
think
Fortnite with chapters. You know what
I
I
was about to
mean?
say, like, I guess you could
yeah.
probably
say Fortnite has an ongoing story, technically.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
probably.
So like it's such a loose like term because Fortnite technically has a story, but you wouldn't consider that game like having a story mode, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be like an actual like story. Like it might
Yeah.
be like a I don't know. It's not gonna be like an insane like like a top tier like Red Dead Redemption type story or something like that.
It probably
I'm
Mm.
won't
pretty
even
sure.
be like a Skate 3 or Skate 2 or Skate 1 type story. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how they do it because it makes sense to have like a basic story, more or less tutorial, but with
Yeah.
like a free to play, ever changing game, as they said. Like, what is the story gonna be? Am I gonna like 1 month be playing this and then go on vacation, come back 3 months later, and the story be completely different? Or like, would I progress through the story? It's interesting. I don't
I think it's
know.
gonna be like
Yeah.
a book. You know what I mean? But it's a book behind. You kind of missed the deadline type of thing. Like if you
Yeah,
missed chapter one, too bad, bro. You just gotta rewatch videos about it. You know?
yeah,
Mhm.
fair enough.
I wonder how people feel about that though, because I think when people ask for story mode, they ask for like a story mode, like.
Yeah. Like
But
yeah.
but
I
like
think it'll
I've
be a
been
sore
saying,
subject.
like story mode in Skate isn't like a narrative heavy thing anyways. So it's like, I mean,
True.
I think it's more something that people came to get used to and like a lot of the characters. And just a part of like everything we've known. So I think just as skate players, we assume there's going to be a story mode,
Mhm.
yeah.
but I don't know. I
True,
had something
true.
more to say there, but I completely forgot. I'm going to do
Yeah.
that a lot. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, I guess like one good thing though about having like I know a lot of people really want like a story game and stuff like that, but I guess one good thing about not having like a story game is like the lifespan for this game, since it's like free to play, they're gonna keep adding new stuff to it. It's gonna be endless, like how Fortnite is. Like it's gonna be like they're gonna keep building onto it for years and years to come. If it was just
Yeah.
like a story game, then we're all gonna play, do everything we want in the story. Like you spend $60 for the game, you beat the story, you get like 100% done with it, then what else are you gonna do? There's not really much left to do. So
Mm,
it kind of
Exactly.
like, and then people's gonna go away and not play the game like that again, until the next skate game comes out. That's why I'm really like hyped over like this free to play, and they're just gonna keep building onto it. So
I
it's not
think,
like, so it's not like NBA 2K where they just keep coming out with new games
yeah,
every year.
yeah.
that's
So
kind
it's
of
just
what it
like,
was at first. Interesting enough
yeah.
with
They did
the
have
yearly
that.
releases.
Yeah, they have that 4 contract deal.
Mhm.
Finally getting the fourth one out right now. Um,
No, the fourth one. was Skate 3 because Skate It.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
I never count Skate It, unfortunately. But I think it
Yeah.
I
was
don't either.
Understandable.
in the second boardroom. I don't know, maybe if they just meant it a different way, but they said they planned on supporting this engine for 15 years. I don't know if
Damn.
it's the engine itself or like the video game, but that was something that was legitimately said.
They said
And
they wanted
I feel like
this.
I have not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. So yeah, we could potentially have like a 15-year skate game, and kind of like what you were saying with like a typical story game. You buy it, you play the story, you beat it. Let's just say there's DLC. Like Skate 3 is a perfect example. Amazing story, amazing DLC. Let's just say it takes you a week to beat that for some reason. Technically, besides online, there is like almost nothing to do in terms of story anymore. There's no like in game. I guess you could sit there and make parks with your friends, play online, like I said. But if they can do this live service game perfectly, I think we could more or less have like peak Skate 3 story fun all the time in Skate.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
it
they
goes
said
the way
they
they
want it
want
to
it,
last forever, so
if they go the way they want it, you could potentially do what they're doing in Fortnite right now, which is just recreating the map within Fortnite from previous worlds. But you
True.
could probably
True.
just recreate the
Ooh.
whole Skate 3 story campaign.
Skate 4 Chapter 2, Skate 3 map.
That'd be insane.
Maybe one day.
But we have this article here. Do you guys want to just run through these bullet points
Yeah.
I want to
on the
mention one
board?
thing first.
Okay.
I have a bone to pick with the word flumping.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yep.
I saw you posting that
Flumping.
before watching the video, and I was like, what? I had no clue it was even skate related. I thought it was from like a meme from one of your videos, and you're like, it was, I forget what the Urban Dictionary said, but it was something or like marshmallows. I had no clue what it
Right.
was.
Right. No, because the thing was is that I wanted to catch them like if I look at the Urban Dictionary term, right? Let's say it was already used, but it's like a really bad term. You're not going to use it. Change the name, because that's what I didn't like the name of the sound. I wasn't against the play style. I was just against the name. Like that just sounds dumb to me.
It
Flumping.
it just, I feel like you can't say it without like perfect context being known. You can be
But
like, hey guys, you want to flump?
right?
You
Yeah.
can't ask your friends that.
No, because they're trying to rename parkouring essentially as called.
I feel like
So
parkour is what everyone's already calling it.
Yeah.
I
right.
understand their logic,
100%.
don't get me wrong, but it's an odd name. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if flumping is gonna stick with the like player base, but
that's a
Yeah.
pre alpha beta term.
Yeah.
Placeholder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
is one good thing though, is because like this is like they're gonna keep adding on to this game, so a lot of these things can change, you know? Like everything
Mhm.
we know right now about the game, like all of this stuff could change by the time the full game is out. Flopping probably won't even be a thing, you know. There could be like, I mean, I'm sure flopping will be a thing, but not the word, you
Not the
know.
word. No, they're gonna
Yeah,
come up
not
with a
the
better
word.
name, hopefully.
But yeah,
yeah, I don't know, because I was like, is this a placeholder name? But when they were talking about it, it was like, yeah, we're calling it flumping. So I'm like, I guess that's the official name.
let's go.
I'm a flumper.
All right,
Um,
let's run down this list on the thing we have.
all right, so first things first, it says, yes, we're currently still playtesting on PC. Don't fret, console playtesting is coming. We'll share more on that closer to the time. So I was hoping they were going to announce console playtesting because I feel like that's kind of the next big step for the game.
Yeah.
But
I
I don't
don't
know, I
feel
guess
like
it's
you
just
can
not there yet.
do. I don't think you can do playtesting this early. Like you're not gonna get a playtest until like late alpha probably.
Agreed, agreed.
Well, that's what I think because they have to build the majority of the game on the PC and then move it to console, right? Like,
Yeah, it's easier to just instantly port to PC. So like for everyone who's out there wondering when consoles, you're gonna wait quite a while.
Yeah,
yeah.
2025.
yeah. I feel like once they get like the mechanics and like most like 99% of the mechanics down, or even like 90% of it, you get it like nice and fluid, and like they're almost ready to release, but not really. I think that's when they'll start to like bring it to console and do some console play testing and see how it runs on console and this and that, and then I think that's whenever they'll eventually, like a few months after the console play test, they might end up releasing the game.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too, because right now they're still working out all the mechanics. They're still adding like features into the game, so they're not gonna like be doing that on console. I feel like they're gonna get the game, the foundation, and then try to figure out how it works on console, basically.
Mhm.
So
One
console
thing,
players gotta wait.
unfortunately, one thing it most definitely seems like, and I think it's more or less a good thing, is it doesn't really seem like they for sure know what they want to do with everything yet, which I'm really happy about because most games developments, especially just your typical game, only lasts like a year or two or three, and then they just poop it out. But we've already been sitting here for damn near 3 years already, and we don't even like we're not even in beta yet. So I personally like that they're picking and choosing and really being picky on what they do and don't want to do. I think
Yeah.
it'll eventually lead to the perfect game.
Yeah,
My-
a lot of people hate how it's like, taking so long to come out. But at first, not gonna lie, at first I was like, I couldn't wait for it to come out. But
Mhm.
now that I've been waiting for like 3 years, I'm kind of like, I'm willing to wait a couple more years, until it's like
Why
fully
not? Yeah.
complete, because I'd much
Yeah.
rather have like the mechanics be like nice and complete instead of like being all clunky and stuff,
Mm.
and they
For
just force
sure.
it. And then they release the game like before the mechanics are like even complete,
We
But
saw what happened with
Absolutely.
Anthem.
Yeah.
Exactly. You
yeah,
simply don't
yeah,
want that to happen again.
yeah. I just really hope that EA doesn't like force them to like release it sooner than they want, Which I don't know if EA would do that, but I do know some companies. Like I think with Cyberpunk, they like forced them to like release the game like before it
Yeah.
was even like complete. So
Yeah, that happens a lot. And
yeah,
I hope that doesn't happen, but
yeah, I really hope it doesn't happen as well. But this is like honestly, this is like the one game that EA like needs to have do good. So I do think that they will like let them work on it as long as they need.
mm,
It,
I
it is
hope.
interesting. It really seems like this is like the one game EA isn't like trying to force out real quick. It's like they
Yeah,
almost understand how much time they need with it.
yeah.
right.
And it is nice that they like, announced it like 3 years ago, even like when they're not even like close to being done with the game. So it gives like the community like, they can give them as much feedback as they need, to help them build the game. I think
Yeah.
it's
Mm.
good.
Yeah, I think one thing about the like development taking too long, people complaining about that. I think the thing is like compared to other games, this was announced so early. Like this is like regular game development, but we don't hear about games like this early, so it feels like it's taking a lot longer than like a regular game. But like
Yeah.
That
that's
is
not the
very
case.
true.
Like
I've never even
we just been
contemplated that.
yeah, like they announced the game before they even had a studio form. So it's like
That's
yeah,
true.
That is
Fuck.
true.
it's gonna take
They
a
didn't even have
while. So
gameplay or anything yet. That is very, very true. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they had nothing.
Okay.
Um, the next bullet point they're talking about progression. I'm not gonna read this word for word, but yeah, they mentioned basically that there's not gonna be paid loot boxes. They reiterated that because there was a leak about the swag bags. I don't know if you guys
The
remember that,
flag
but
bags, yeah,
I
I heard
remember
of
that.
that. I heard
Yeah.
of
yeah,
that.
The nomenclature, bro, just not the best.
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, the swag bag thing and people freaking out, and Cuz was like, it's not paid, so there's gonna be loot boxes. They're not paid, and they're not ready to talk about it. So
I
Okay.
think if
Yeah.
Skate does loot boxes right, especially earnable, obviously, which it seems like they're going to be, that's really all I want. Because like the way Skate typically did it, let's just say Skate 3, it was like challenge based, or you have to do this pro challenge to get this board. And as cool as that was,
Yeah.
I'd really like just to play the hell out of the game and to have some really nice cosmetics out of it to
mm,
show like my level of playing, especially with these things we haven't talked about yet. So I guess let's keep moving down the board, unless anybody else has something to talk about.
Nah, I'm good. I'm ready to move
um,
on down.
yeah, for sure. So the whole episode was mainly about activities, and they said they have
Yeah.
these three core pillars, and it's not a stagnant experience, so it's constantly changing and evolving. They're
Yeah.
grounded in our reality, they said, meaning they're not bound to the rules of the reality you're currently sitting in. Bend and break the rules a little bit to create some unforgettable moments. And then activities ultimately celebrate and support players and the community. Um, I don't. How do you guys feel about any of that? Like,
Yeah. How do you feel about that, Sai?
Sorry, I haven't been talking as much. I didn't get as many words from it as you guys have. No, this is just sounding like this just seems like basic what we already have in like Skate 3, you know?
Yeah.
Because obviously what they're talking about breaking or having their own reality is like the object dropper. Like that's what they showcased, and we already have
True.
that in Skate 3.
True.
Um,
True.
and the activities celebrating supporting players, that's just Skate 3 teams.
Yeah.
Like, but I think
Right.
at this time it's more of collaborative. Like you don't need to be in a team; you just need to party up with someone rather than being an in-game team.
Yeah.
Mm.
Bro, I'm so like hyped to to see how the teams work in Skate 4 and stuff, and like I don't know, I'm just so interested, you know.
So
And I
that's
wonder
the
like
stuff. Sorry, go ahead.
and I wonder if like any like older teams, like like Rise Skating is like Albert's gonna. I wonder if he's gonna bring back Rise, and like I wonder how Oasis is gonna do. I wonder if orgs would like go to Skate 4 if like they have like a competitive game mode or stuff like that, and organizations go to Skate. Who
Albert's
knows,
Listen, bro,
man?
I
bringing
got
back
an
Rise
insider.
no
I
matter
got an
what.
insider.
You got
Uh-oh.
an insider?
100 thieves, bro. 100 thieves.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
100 E's.
Because Legion plays with courage. Courage?
Ooh,
100 thieves.
100 Thieves
Oh
Skate.
man.
Oh,
Oh damn.
Yeah, the bending and breaking the rules sounds fun, I guess. I that is a
Yeah.
good point that it's like the object dropper.
Mhm.
Because I was like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, that
But
is a good point. Yeah, I was confused about that at first, but yeah.
yeah.
See, the way I looked at it is 100% in the eyes of Skate 3, but almost in the way of which like they say bend and break the rules a little bit to create something unforgettable. That's like literally all we've done on Skate 3, like minus what they gave us. Like we bent the rules and invented trick lining, we bent the rules and invented like all of these different glitches. So,
Yeah,
and obviously I don't think they're pushing glitches or anything like that, but I'd like to think
obviously, yeah.
yeah, it'll be a lot of like the stuff that we love about skate, just more.
they're trying to push
Mhm.
like different play styles rather than just your usual skating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really like
Uh
that they're doing that too. Like regardless of play style, this game is meant for everyone, you know. I do love that they even like mention like comp players and stuff like that. Since I'm like a comp player, like
Yeah,
it's
that was
really
really
cool.
cool to hear said out loud.
Yeah,
Honestly,
What was it? That one woman saying like, "Oh yeah, you can play these activities with your friends. You got to get a cumulative like 50K points." And
yeah, I
I'm just like,
know.
"Ha, that's easy."
I thought that was funny because like if you have like 10 like noobs and like a top tier like an S tier player, like that S tier player could probably get like the 50,000 points before like the 10 like noobs could even get the 50,000. I thought that was kind of funny.
like
oh dude,
doing
that's so
jams on
true.
Skate 3, you have like 50K points, and then there's Jerry Hazoo with 2,000 on the Monster
Yeah,
Jam.
No, that's so true. There's gonna be a bunch of like me's, and then Y3LUKE comes in and just like does all the points himself. Like,
You can actually like sell accounts and boost them.
no, we're not doing that. We don't condone boosting out here. We don't condone selling accounts. That is against COS. Okay, you're not allowed to do that.
yeah, I guess we just touched on the playstyle and stuff. All players will
Yeah,
be able to enjoy activities.
yeah, and skill level.
Um,
Yeah.
it says with our core gameplay innovations, we're unlocking new ways to challenge people. I don't know what that means.
Um.
I think it's weird spacing because I think it's supposed to then go to we're currently exploring and testing a few different types of activities, maybe. I don't
I
know.
think the first bullet points were like the general things that they're talking about in the article. Then down below is like the more into each bullet point.
Yeah.
This is where they get into
Okay.
flumping.
Flumping.
Oh.
Well, I'll just read this stuff. We're currently exploring and testing a few different types of activities, challenges, short solo experiences that rotate in and out periodically. Unlike previous games, these challenges will change so that replaying challenges will force you to think of new ways to tackle them. That's pretty cool, I think.
So yeah, that reminds me a lot of Steep or like Riders Republic. Like
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I remember more in Steep where like you can create your own challenge and share with friends, but then like the dev team will go out and pick out someone's community challenge and then put it up for everybody. So you could potentially make a challenge, and then I guess the devs goes, "This is pretty good for everyone to play," and then
Yeah.
that's the new challenge for the week.
Yeah, one thing I hope, like when they say challenges, I assume I don't know, is this talking about like spot battle and stuff, right?
Challenge anything, photo
Or
challenge, video
Yeah.
challenge. death
like,
race. Even I'm pretty sure you can make your own death races.
yeah, because like one thing that I would kind of dislike about it is like for like a death race or like a spot battle, like for like Fun Track with Skate 2, that's a really fun spot battle to play. Or like Mega Park at the ditch. That would be it would suck if like one week we can play the ditch and have a lot of fun at the ditch, and then next week we can't play the ditch because it's not a challenge that you can play. I do
No,
hope that you can still play those challenges and they don't like rotate out.
no, I think there are going to be forever challenges. Like I said,
Okay.
Steep, you have these core challenges that are never
Oh
going to
yeah,
go
yeah.
away. But these challenges that they're referencing are probably the community ones that change every week.
Okay, okay.
Interesting.
True, true.
Yeah, I would like to know like the details of these challenges though. Like what am I gonna be doing, you know?
Yeah, true.
Um, and then they talk about pop-ups. Pop-ups are dynamic events around the city that are meant to be cooperative experiences. They didn't
Mhm.
really say like too
Yeah,
much
what does
about
that
it.
mean?
So,
Does that mean like a
Fortnite Travis
team?
Scott concert, right? Is that what you mean?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good
Was it
point.
like a team spot battle, or is it like a team death race, or what is cooperate? I'm having a trouble thinking about what cooperative could mean in terms of like skate.
I
Is
think
that
like
just like
server wide. I don't think it has to be anything like there's like an event that pops up. Like
that makes
Fortnite. Like
Well, the
sense. See,
community event says come one, come all type events for the whole community to participate in each other and together. So it's like that sounds like pop
okay,
up. Like
that
I don't
now
know, you know?
now I'm thinking like Trackmania because there's like a cup of the day type of thing where everyone gets to play, but
Mm.
that'd be
eventually
crazy.
one after another someone or you eventually get eliminated and you come down to like the final two people, and then I guess you get something out of it for being number one.
Community events to me sounds like a mass race from Riders Republic. Like
Exactly.
yeah.
That would be great. That would be awesome. Like a mass race, where there's like 50 people and
50-person death race.
yeah, or like this might sound like weird at first, but I seen like a streamer, I can't remember who it was, like a top streamer said this like in Skate 4, if like you have like 50 or 100 people and you got to like keep on racing and then like after like 30 seconds or something, like the people that's like the 10 people like in the back, they get like they blow up and they get eliminated, right? And it keeps on happening until like,
Ooh,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's why that's the Trackmania Cup of the Day formula.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that would be I think that'd be really cool. A really cool thing to play.
Mm.
'Cause,
So, but
yeah.
that's why I'm like the pop-ups and community events sound kind of the same to me, but pop-ups say cooperative, so I don't know.
I
Yeah.
think it's like there's okay, probably the thing where you're just skating about and then you get notified that there's a challenge that's gonna be up for like 30 minutes and you got to do it.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like a pop-up challenge just pops up. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh, okay. So,
Okay.
but community events are like everyone in the server get to this one place,
Yeah, and
like
they
to do
probably
this
last
one
like a
thing.
day or a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe like how they said how like everyone in the community has to get a certain amount of points or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you said. Maybe yeah.
Luke's gonna be done with it by the end of the night.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a
Luke's.
community.
You see
It's a
Luke in your
community,
server, you
bro.
get AFK, he'll do it for you.
It's funny.
And then there's throwdowns. It says customizable and user initiated. Throwdowns allow players to gather together, build friendships, or maybe rivalries, practice, or show off.
Team up,
Um,
throw down.
this is something. So throwdowns are something that I was kind of asking for, but in the way of like I was saying, I want to be able to just like pull up to a stair set and like play a game of skate with someone like just at anywhere on the map. Like,
Yeah,
so
that
that's
would
what
be
this
really
sounds like
cool.
to me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
User initiated. See, yeah, or is there confirmation, like actual confirmation that there's teams in this game?
I don't think
I don't think
so.
so.
They
If
haven't really
they're,
talked about it.
This seems to be
yeah,
more community based.
yeah. Well, I know
Yeah.
they see that when they were talking about one of these things, I think it might have been throwdowns. They said solo or in a team. Now, obviously, that could just mean like a group of people, but if there
Yeah.
was like skate teams or even like skate collectives on this game, something like throwdowns could literally be what Skate 3 team lobbies were, just like spontaneously. And I feel like that'd be so much fun.
Yeah, all I know is
Obviously, they'd be
like
solo as well.
Yeah, all I know is like EA, Braddock, or anyone working on the game, if you guys are watching, like please, like in Skate 3,
Please.
yeah, please add like in-game skate teams, like please, because like it would be like because that's what made Skate 3 so fun, like back in the
Mhm.
day, being in a team and playing against other people in like a ranked lobby and stuff like that. That was so fun back in the day.
Unfortunately, I missed those years.
It's crazy.
I
Yeah,
literally missed it by like 6 months.
yeah,
I missed it. Like-
yeah, it does suck. 'Cause, like when I played back then, I wasn't really good, so I was, but it was
No
still
one
fun
was, and that was
though.
the beauty of it.
Yeah, it was still fun, but yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how they deal with all these different types of challenges. But I one thing I'll touch on quickly is I will say like just doing like an own the spot, and they do have their own versions of that now. But just doing like an own the spot, and you did it, it's done. You could kill it, but then you killed it, it's done. There is literally nothing more. Even if you dropped 100,000 points on that spot, it's not going to kill it any more than you've already killed it. So I'm
Yeah.
really excited to see what they do with these challenges, pop-ups, community events, and throwdowns. And I don't think we've gotten there, but like with the modifiers and stuff they mentioned, and the challenges getting harder if you get better and stuff like that, or if you want it to be harder, I think is a really interesting concept that's going to allow this game to have a very, very long life.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, that is interesting to like. So, you think like challenges are gonna like scale with your skill level? Like it just gets harder the better you get. That's basically what they were saying, right?
Yeah, so I think it'll kind of scale, but I don't think like Luke would have a higher score than me. I think it'd kind of be like own it to kill it type thing, to where like the first one's very doable, the second one's moderately hard, and
Oh,
like the third one is hard for like good people. You know what I mean?
I
I
see
could
what
be
you're saying.
wrong.
Yeah,
and,
Yeah,
and
because
then you get, rewarded based on like the higher difficulty that you completed the challenge on.
yeah, yeah.
in the examples they were using, like they showed the more complex one, and it was like a tray flip or something,
Yeah.
compared to like I guess something simple, an ollie
Yeah,
or
just like
something, one
there's
eighty. I
like
don't know.
any trick or something, and then you got
Um,
like a
Nolly 360
180,
hard
which
dark catch.
yeah, like easy would be like just any trick. Number two, like the medium would be like just a 180, with any trick, or number like the
Yeah,
hardest one would be a tray flip with a 180. So yeah,
that's
makes
pretty
sense.
cool. That sounds cool.
Hmm.
I
And
think it'll be a
stuff like
lot of
that should
fun.
keep it fresh.
Hmm.
Yeah, it will be a lot of fun. Hopefully,
Um,
it'll be a lot of fun.
and then we get into the really interesting stuff. It says we're also working on new concepts like climbing challenges, which are all about using the verticality and density of the city. We're also
Yeah,
exploring things like big games of tag.
yeah.
See, okay,
Um,
I wanted to say that this reminds me of a very early Skate 3 montage. This is like year one when Skate 3 came out. I remember seeing a video of this guy literally just doing parkour around the map. Like I've never, because offboard actions in Skate 2 were like, right?
Yeah,
And
Hmm.
they really increased it. And then he kind of like made this whole like parkour thing. And I
that's
found that
awesome.
really interesting because I don't think anyone's ever done it again.
mhm.
No, yeah, 100%. Or do you guys remember like the Ninja Warriors that Rise used to do back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, like those, or like all you can do in Skate 3 is jump and run. So like with the exploring, like vaulting, like climbing, just
Hmm.
hanging, like I am really excited to see what they do with this whole thing. And I don't know about y'all, but like just the game of tag, that sounds insanely fun, and that has
Yeah,
nothing to do with skateboarding.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
but it
yeah.
sounds
What's
fun.
funny? What's funny is like Skate 3. I don't know if you ever did this, Sai, but back in like 2013 or something, me and like some other people, we would go to like the skate the skate school or any other free skate, and we would play tag like in Skate 3 for I don't like we were so young, but we like played tag. Like it was kind of fun.
Oh
It's
See,
yeah,
like
we
that's
used to do
kind of
stuff
hard
like
to
that in skate
do.
parks.
it is because like you tag someone and they wouldn't see it on their screen. They're like, hey,
Yeah, yeah. Where they are on the map is completely different where other people see you.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, and one thing I do see a lot of people get mad about at EA or like, the full circle team, they're saying like, "Oh, why are you guys like showing a lot of off-board like mechanics? Why don't you show the on-board, we want to see skate." But what those people don't understand is like um these offboard mechanics is what's like really new. So of course they're going to be showing like a lot of the offboard mechanics because it's brand new to the game. We've all been skating since like Skate 3, but these offboard
Yeah.
mechanics is like really new for a skate game. So it's understandable why they would show this more than the onboard stuff. Like I
Yeah, they
understand why they want
clearly
to see
got the
more.
skating down.
Yeah, yeah,
And also, I think it's a way to like kind of broaden the niche that is skate. Like, sure, people might come into the free to play skate, like initially have fun with it, and then they're done because they're not like a crazy skate fan like that. But if there's
yeah,
things like games of tag or climbing challenges and crazy stuff like that, then that's going to keep people more involved that aren't just fans of skating or skateboarding or stuff like
true,
that. So kind of
true.
appeals to more people, I think.
Hmm.
You
So I
know,
get that.
I'm also kind of think maybe they could tap into whatever they have in their database when because you know how Dice not only did they work on Battlefield but they worked on Mirror's Edge, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Take some from their own book.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. I've never even thought about that.
Do you think the flumping is gonna feel as good as Mirror's Edge?
Flumping.
You guys remember Flumping and Mirror's Edge?
Oh, dude. People kept on flumping everywhere. It was crazy.
Well, I can't wait to be flopping, bro. That's gonna be so
Did we
fun.
talk about that before the podcast or at the beginning of the podcast?
No, it was in the podcast.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
that
Never
we
mind.
already talked
Okay.
about it.
Yeah,
But next
let's have a
bullet
little
point-
poll down below. Are you pro flumping or anti flumping?
What side
Let
are
us
you
know
on?
about the flumping.
I'm anti flump.
Yeah, the next bullet point is about flumping. So it says, flumping is our name for our new offboard gameplay we've added. Flicking plus jumping equals flumping. So,
Oh,
But what are
wow.
you flicking? So I'm assuming that it's going to be like you're on your skateboard, but then there's got to be challenges where you get to do off your skateboard as well. But it's going to be a mixture of both in one challenge. You know, like,
maybe.
kickflip over this bench, but also get off your board and slide underneath this like low hanging rail or something.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's like, oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
or you're like riding on your board, and then you like get off your board, you quickly do some parkour, and you're like running, and then you end up jumping back on your board like last second, to complete the challenge.
That would be good if there was like an obstacle course where you have to like skate or like grind a rail and then get off your board and climb this wall, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That makes
So
sense.
yeah, Ninja Warrior.
I thought Cuz said flipping and jumping. I didn't realize he said flicking until
I thought he said
I'm reading
flipping
this.
too.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, yeah, everyone knows you can like jump on flat, you know,
Yeah.
flip on flat.
Flipping and jumping. Flumping. But it's flicking. So
Uh, Either they
and
had a
then
typo when writing this out, or Cuz misspoke. One of the two,
no, yeah, I guess he said flicking. I don't know.
probably.
And then it says, in order to make the game accessible for all skill levels while still providing a challenge to seasoned players, we're planning on 3 difficulty tiers for activities: own it, crush it, and shut it down. So we were basically talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
The harder the difficulty, the better the rewards.
I'm
Makes
so
sense.
excited for that. I feel
Yeah.
like that's going to be so rewarding, actually, and I'm excited to hopefully have some like. I'd like it to where like if you own it, you get something cool. If you crush it, you get something even cooler. But if you can shut it down, if it's even a challenge, like if shutting it down is like really hard, I'd like to get something really cool out of it. Like
Yeah.
those skull outfits they've been showing off in the
Yeah.
trailers and stuff. Like I that's probably from something else, but just something like that. Like let me shut it down to get the little skull. Boom, easy
Oh,
doing it.
Yeah.
And they also mentioned the term for loot boxes though, and I wasn't sure if that also meant for gear and clothing because they were kind of referencing it was more towards your object dropper. You know what I mean? So if that was the case, then you'd just be getting a chance to get that tier. So like there's different tier loot boxes as well. So you get the own it loot box, the crush it loot box, and the shut it down loot box. And each of them has a different variety of rarity. But you're not going to get the one you want out of that loot box. So that means you're going to have to keep grinding each challenge to get
Keep
another
shutting
shut
it
it down
down.
loot box.
Okay, that's really cool actually.
Mm.
But see, that's the thing. I just want a game to grind. So
Right.
Same, bro. Same. I've been grinding the same fucking game for the past like 10 years.
wow.
Yeah. I'm down with grinding. I just hope it's like rewarding enough to like keep the grind worth it.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
I mean, we've all been playing Skate 3 for this long. Surely it'll be good.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
And then it says beyond baseline difficulties, we also have modifiers. These are additional restrictions that will make you rethink how to tackle a challenge.
Frick line modifier.
How I think it is like
Modifier.
session. In session, you have all these options to like, because you have a lot of things that like are on auto, like auto revert and like auto catch, but then you could disable that and you could choose not to, revert out of your line so you lose speed, and you also have to like click in the analog sticks to catch the board, otherwise you fail a basic kickflip. You know what I mean? Stuff like
Mhm.
that. I think that's what
Yeah.
we mean by
So-
modifiers.
That'd be
And these
cool.
are
I know
just-
in the go for it.
Well, I was just gonna say, and these are just applied to the challenge. So you think they're gonna like change the mechanic for that specific challenge or something like that?
Well, I know in the boardroom they said like it'd be like a firecracker modifier, which is, for
Yeah.
example, it is dragging your tail downstairs. So it'll be interesting to see how this spices up the game. I think if it was like session, like you said, with like the manual catch or manual revert or something like that, especially with the different types of play styles in terms of button layouts that we're going to receive, I think it's going to be really interesting.
Hmm. Yeah, they said it could also be like slappies, which slappies is new, and firecrackers. We haven't seen those either of those, so that came with this. It says, as we mentioned, San Amsterdam is a living city, so you can expect something different every day, week, or season in San Van. So
That day-night
Yeah.
cycle confirmed
Day night cycle
every
I
day.
mean, it kind of seems mandatory this time, right?
I fucking hope
Yeah.
so.
it's so requested. I just feel like it has to happen.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have like a an option to like choose if you want it to be nighttime or daytime where you're
That'll
at.
be so nice, dude.
Yeah, and it's just not for you, so not the whole server sees everything at 12 a.m. or something.
Yeah. I know some people, if they're trying to hit like a clip or something, they would rather it be like daytime or nighttime, depending on where they're at, so it looks more nice, you know?
Yeah.
Like session, how you can actually lock the time at a certain time of day, so it doesn't have to cycle. That'd be cool too.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, this stuff just basically dailies and weekly challenges, all that stuff. Any free to play game has that. So,
Yeah.
and then it says do cool stuff, get cool stuff. Whatever activity you're doing, you're making progress towards getting those sweet rewards. So grind. All of our rewards have one thing in common, and that's giving you more ways to show off what makes you uniquely you. So it's going to be customization rewards, all that stuff.
Yeah. I just wonder if like a graphics creator will ever like return to the new skate game. Like you can create
It
your
could be
own
like-
like custom graphics and you can get them put on like on a shirt or something.
If we had a BO2 emblem creator in 2012, I don't see any reason for us to not have a skate graphics creator unless it's just a design choice.
Sure.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't.
Also, BO2 was kind of rated M.
That is
You know what I
very
mean?
true.
So like they
Yeah,
kind of were loose on like whatever you wanted to put on, because you might see like a blowjob or two. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I feel like with technology nowadays, they should have like some. I'm sure they have some stuff that could like detect if it's NSFW, and I'm sure if like someone does something like that and they can get past the NSFW, they could probably just get banned, you know, for creating.
Pretty sure they're
something
gonna have the thing where
inappropriate.
you gotta like submit your thing and they gotta put up for like review, and then like, yep, you're approved, and then you can just wear your customized graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
one thing. Oh, I'm so
No,
sorry.
you're good, Sorable. Go ahead.
One thing that makes me really excited and is the fucking the things that it gives you more way to shows off what makes you uniquely you. I don't know if y'all know this. Every one of our Skate 3 characters look identical minus the clothing. Like we each have the same default, and then even though they're all like the same shit, like SYPHRUS has his own distinguishable character, and like Alex has his own distinguishable character. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
being able to express uniquely you, especially in this game, like SYPHRUS will have a skater that only SYPHRUS has until people start copying him. You know what I
Like,
mean?
Alpine
Well,
skater, yeah.
It's only distinctive because I've wore it for so long. That's why
10 years, yeah.
That's literally like my thought because of it. Because like, why don't you change your skater? I'm like, well, because it's now become a branding thing. If I don't change it, you automatically know who it is without even saying who.
That
Like,
is true.
it's a branding decision by me made like nearly 10 years ago.
Yeah.
3,000 IQ because I changed my skater at least 1,000 times.
Yeah, I barely really changed my skater as well.
But that made me really excited for that because like just watching like Underclass Team Taj or the Rise Team Taj, even without a name there, I know who's playing. So to even go way deeper into that with so much more customization makes me super duper excited.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and one thing that we didn't talk about is in the playtest highlight video in the boardroom, they showed off like different body types and shapes and stuff. So
Yeah.
I wonder how
yeah.
deep that goes, like that customization.
And else noticed like Total Drama Island cameo thing with those two women dressed the same. They kind of look
Yeah.
to me. They look like the two women from Total Drama Island.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, I didn't
Katie
notice
and
that
Sadie,
either.
I believe that's the character's name.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so
One thing I'll mention, and maybe I'm not in the loop, but I heard them mention user created skate parks. Is skate park something that's been confirmed?
in terms of like, what do you mean?
Like said before out loud or shown off?
They talked about like collabo zones.
See, they were saying skate parks. Maybe they meant collabo zones. I don't know, but they
I
said the
don't
word
know.
skate park.
It is an EA skate game, and they're gonna have like
I
I'm
mean, I
sure
know.
I'm sure there will be like a skate park where you
I'm
can
looking
build your
for
own
anything
park.
and everything to
Do you
deep
mean
dive
like
on.
separate area where you create like your
Yeah,
own
like a
skate
create a
park?
park. Yeah,
Your own
that's what
private
I'm
area.
talking about.
It has to be there. Like,
I mean,
you would
yeah,
think
no
so.
guaranteed. I wanna hear it. I wanna hear it. You know what I mean?
You
'Cause
wanna
for
hear
a
it?
long-
Information, no speculation.
That's
Uh-huh.
how that's how it was about the Flick It system. I was like, please let the Flick It system be
Right.
returned. I was so glad when they confirmed it. I was like,
It's
let's
hard
go.
to distinguish like when it comes to this game because there's been so many leaks. It's hard to distinguish like what they've talked about and what's just been like leaked.
I know.
It is really hard.
Listen, bro, I know we're tied to an NDA, so we don't just go speculate here now.
Hold on, is Cypher's lacking for you guys?
Oh yeah, Cypher's
Oh,
just like super hard.
You're getting judo?
Oh, you're good now. You're good now.
Okay.
See, they're
Just a
gonna
straight
patch
robot.
glitches in this game. We're not gonna have speed glitches because they're gonna get patched. But you're also never gonna get judoed again.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about with the.
Just return.
Oh, this guy's lagging
The
again.
glitch.
Cypher's the robot. Oh no.
Do the glitch.
No. All right, try
Wait,
again,
see if he's
Cy.
gonna come back.
Hello?
Oh god,
Oh,
not
no.
good.
Is that a voice
Uh,
crack or is that the internet?
I don't
Hello?
know.
Hey, at least we're
Hello?
getting closer
Hello?
to the end though, right? So now
Yeah,
it's
I
a good
mean,
time for him to lag.
This is the end
Oh.
of the podcast, so it's all good.
Yeah. 500. Oh my god.
Hello?
Not good.
Am I back?
Hello? Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Yeah,
I
we
sent that
can
message
hear
a
you.
while ago.
All right, good, Cy. Say what you need to say.
5,000
Quick.
millisecond delay, bro? Come on. What happened? My internet took a nosedive for a second.
No,
No, what I was gonna
What you were
say-
trying to say? Oh,
What I
okay.
was going to say is that we're allowed to speculate. None of us are tied to an NDA.
No, for sure.
True.
Yeah, but I'm willing to bet money that there's gonna be like a separate skate park area. Like there has to be.
Same.
I just the amount of fun that Skate 3 Creative Park allowed, it added probably like a third of the game's replayability, if not like more. So along with Collabo Zone, which is already pretty much skate parks on crack in public, like having
Yeah.
your own skate park privately that you could build, especially like if it's the same type of engine that they use on the Collabo Zones, I think the sky is literally the limit. It's gonna be very crazy to see what people can come up with skate parks, because even like Dice is making like Godzilla in Skate 3 and it looks pretty accurate. So like imagine what we can do on Skate 4 with a skate park creator that is 10 years in the future.
Well,
Yeah.
I believe Dies was recruited because he was a skate park guy. So knowing that we have Dies as a guy to be like, nah, change it. I want it better. I think we're guaranteed to have something good.
Like I think would be awesome is like instead of like a skate park, I mean you shouldn't be able to like on Skate 3 you can pick like different like parks that you want to build in. They should have one that's just like a full like outside like an empty sandbox, right? It's like big as hell, so you can like create like your own like map, well, not like a big ass map, but you can create like mega park if you wanted to.
That'd be
I know
That
what you're
like
talking about. It's the flat, Minecraft flat
flat.
world, but you can just build anything.
basically, yeah. That
I
I think
think.
that would be really cool.
What if they had like a plot of land in what's it called?
Amsterdam.
San
I
Amsterdam?
don't know. I
Amsterdam.
instantly went for Vanalona, and I was like, "That's not it." And San Amsterdam. What if there was just like one plot of land that the whole community could vote on, and that plot of land becomes the number one voted user-created skate park?
Bro,
Oh wait,
bro,
didn't the Fortnite did that? The block, isn't that
The
what it was
voting
called?
Skate
system.
4 Fortnite.
bro, because like that would be so huge. Because if you can create like your own challenges and stuff, people can create like the mega park from Skate 3, or even the ditch from Skate 3, or Fun Track from Skate 2. And
Mhm.
like if it's like a really good map, they can create their own challenge on the map. Then we can have like the Skate 3 like mega park challenge, but inside of Skate 4. And the creators at Full Circle, they didn't have to create Mega Park, the fans did it for them. So now they
Yeah.
can just
Yeah.
like, add it in for like a challenge, so you can play Mega Park, but the fans already created it. I think that would be a really good idea for them, but who knows?
100%. Yeah. It's so exciting just talking about what is possible now.
Yeah,
Now I'm
it
just
is
thinking about
really
like
exciting.
Fortnite, again, because like Fortnite, you have your like own like private islands, but you have a code for it you could share.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So like
Hmm.
I
true.
guess we're kind of done with the thing of like looking through like pages of just, oh, I've seen this park before, right? Now we just
Yeah,
know what the code is or the name of it is, and we just type it in,
yeah.
and boom, you're there.
Yeah, or if it's like a very, very popular like, one like Skate just has it on their own, like featuring like custom created like parks, or where you just,
Yeah.
yeah. So you like get the code without having to like look it up.
Mm.
This game's gonna be so
Well,
good.
Yeah, this game has a
it's
lot of
I
potential, yeah.
can't wait. I'm always like in this weird little lull to where I'm like, Skate 4's coming out eventually, but I don't know when. And then a boardroom comes out. I'm like, oh my god, I want Skate 4 right now.
Not gonna
I,
lie. Not gonna lie. I'm like, you know what? I could wait. I could wait. And then I saw the picture for the boardroom announcement, and my little monkey brain saw the reflections on the ground. I'm like, I need to play this.
Yeah, bro.
yeah, it's funny.
yeah,
It's funny because
just
like Cypress is always like, oh, I can wait. I don't mind waiting for the longest time. And I was always like, I need it now. I can't wait. And
Not
now after like 3 years, I can wait. I don't really,
No, I can wait too, but I was just like at that moment, I'm like,
Oh
dude,
yeah.
I just need to get some gameplay in.
Yeah, I feel like that's like I guess normal for a lot, like for everyone. Like when you get like some more news about the new skate game, you just want to play it for like a week, and then the hype kind of dies down until they, announce something new again.
Yeah. Well, I think it's kind of what William said. Like, I think we all wanted Skate 4 in June of 2020 when they announced it. But we've
yeah.
gotten to a point to where we've waited so long to where we're just kind of used to waiting.
Oh,
But
wait,
we'll
Yeah,
hold on a second.
get it
Hold on a
eventually.
second. I want to call you out on this one. During your interview, you had a whole speculation of when the game was going to come out. You expected it to come out right now, like around this time, bro. Like,
You
what were
know,
you thinking?
Is that what he said?
I keep telling, I think it's naivety. I think I know the reality of what's happening, and I won't accept it because I still think it's coming out this year, even though it's not. It's
I'm
not.
expecting late 2024 or early 2025 now.
Hey, dude, I'm gonna
yeah,
be dead by
Late,
then.
really?
Like, fuck.
yeah.
Late 2024?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like whenever they like first announced it, my predictions was like mid to late 2023, early 2024, but now I'm kind of like with Cypress on like 2024, 2025.
Don't say that.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
I don't know,
Because
man.
because
Well,
they're still in alpha, so it's
that is
like,
so
you
true.
know what I mean? So unless
Do
they're
you
just like
think
secretly like, like like they're not really in alpha, they're like in beta right now, but they're just
That'd be
telling everyone they're in
crazy.
They're just
alpha.
lying, so
They're just lying.
they're gonna
Who
surprise
knows?
drop us, and then Sorable's gonna be right this whole time.
Yeah.
I
Fingers
think one
crossed.
Or
thing I think one thing to think about is like while they're showing us these slices of the game like the alpha, they're still building the world in the background and not showing us that stuff. They're still building all these things and not showing us. So it's
yeah.
like maybe there is more cuz like the alpha isn't I don't think is everything that they have right now. Of course, I
Mhm.
think there's a lot more to the map. I think there's a lot more to everything, but
Yeah.
I don't think they're
I
gonna show
don't
you
know
the
about
full
late
world. They're not going to show
Yeah,
you the
like
full world. I think they just want to have a select part of the world just to test in.
mm,
You know,
Yeah, yeah,
because you can change the map, but you can't really change the gameplay like on the fly.
yeah, yeah, and
yeah.
like they said like they want to get like the mechanics right first, before they like build other stuff, So I feel like their main priority is the mechanics. Is I don't know, because I'm sure like you guys can agree, Skate 3, what made me fall in love with Skate 3 so much was the mechanics, Like the mechanics of the game was just so nice, and I think
100%.
that I think that's really important in getting the mechanics right for this game. Because if they
I
mess
know,
up the mechanics, it's tough,
I know it wasn't
But
intentional, but I like each time I do a three trick on Skate 3, it feels just as good as the first time I did a three trick. Like it's so satisfying.
yeah, three tricking is satisfying to look at.
It is so satisfying. So if they can, yeah, more or less replicate what everyone loved about Skate 3 and Skate 4, it's gonna be so good.
Bro,
It'll be
one
so
thing
good.
I'm worried about though is like for competitive, if they switch up the meta a lot, Like for flat ground, some points gives you more points than others, but then they're seeing us that we're abusing that, so then they're like, okay, let's, switch it up. So now we have to like do other stuff, and then because like with Skate 3, we have like a world record list and everything of the highest scores on certain spot battles. And if they keep switching up the meta like that, we're always gonna have to like reset the leaderboards, because it's gonna be unbeatable records because of that. That's
That
one
is a
thing
good
that I
point.
think that they would do, but which kind of sucks, but
You hear about Mystify's story with the dev team of Steve?
no.
Because he kept on getting like the highest scores because he was like abusing a mechanic.
Oh,
And he was the sole reason why they had to keep on resetting leaderboards until they fixed the issue.
They
And
patched
then when he got
nothing.
flown out to go, test out their new DLC and such, they're like, "Oh, you're that guy? You're my worst nightmare, bro."
I think the game's gonna come out spring next year.
spring of
That's my
next year.
prediction.
Ring next year.
See,
Optimist.
Spring, yeah.
right? That seems
That's
so
optimist.
realistic in my mind. I think I saw the quote unquote league gameplay. And like I think in my brain I was like, wow, the game's playable. Surely it'll be out in like a year. But no, 100% what y'all are saying. Just like they made this area for us to see in the trailers and to be
Yeah.
playable for the playtesters. There's so much more. Like imagine the skate parks that we haven't seen in those areas where you build them. And then obviously Skate 4 isn't just that one part of the town
Yeah.
or city. So there's so much more, and I'm super excited. I was a little bit naive. Maybe for Christmas we get it. We get skate. Maybe for Christmas.
Maybe for Christmas we get a release date.
I would take that honestly. Do you think there's going to be
Maybe.
a beta, or do you guys think they're just going to strictly play test it?
Do you think they're gonna go? What? Okay,
Actually, there can't be a
I,
beta for a free to play game. I feel like.
no. Well, I
no,
mean
no,
that's what I'm just saying though, because it could be like Fortnite. It was from beta, but then they just over time were like, it's a finished game now. I
yeah,
feel like they're gonna be like, it's in beta, and then the next week the servers aren't gonna shut down, but they're gonna be like, here's the update to make it official 1.0.
yeah, that's what Valorant
Mm.
did. Valorant was in beta for like a few months, and then it finally came out the full game.
Maybe we'll get
Well,
the game slightly earlier than.
that's the thing, because it's a free to play game. They're making a free to play game. The game doesn't have to be finished because they're gonna continuously add stuff. They just need a good,
Yeah,
like solid foundation to
yeah,
release and then add on to it over time. So that's what
yeah.
kind of makes me optimistic.
I do think that they should really like get the mechanics at least like 99% done, Because like new players would get on the game and if the mechanics are clunky and stuff, they would immediately be like, "Oh, this sucks, I don't want to play it." But if the
Mm,
mechanics are right and the mechanics are good, then a lot of people would want to keep playing the game, even though it's like still in beta and they're adding more shit to it. I think that would be a good idea for them to do. Get the mechanics fully done, and
mm.
then bring it to beta and then start adding like more shit to it, once the
I
mechanics
mean,
are fully done.
we have we know the schedule now, which is like 4 months, and you get a boardroom like every 4 months. Do you
Yeah.
guys think it's still gonna be pre-alpha
Uh,
in like when the next boardroom happens?
I think so, yeah.
I think so as well. It just kind
Yeah.
of
When
seemed.
One more boardroom of pre alpha, then it's gonna be pre
Yes.
alpha.
No.
Free
Leave
alpha.
And then in a year, we'll finally be at just strictly alpha, and then a year
Yep,
after that, we'll
yep.
get beta.
Man. Yeah, but I'm just glad they're not rushing it. That's what matters the
Same.
most.
Likewise.
So,
As long as the game's fun at the end of the day, even though I might be like fucking halfway through my life. I just want to play the game and have fun. I've been waiting for this game my whole life, like everyone else in this call has, and like truly, I just want to have fun on the game. Like I don't want this
Same.
or that out of it. I just want to like enjoy it for what it is, like I did every other skate game.
Same.
Well, for me personally, this coming up, Skate 3 is going to be 13 years old, and by
True.
then I have officially played Skate 3 for half my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I've been
insane.
playing skate for half my life at the
Yeah.
moment, and it don't feel that great. I just get on from time to time and 3-trick across the map until I hit Carbotron, then I get off.
Yep.
Yep, the classic.
I guess that's it. You guys have anything else that you want to mention?
There is one thing I want to mention to, any EA workers out there watching this right now, or Braddock or anyone, please announce, like, if you guys are gonna have a ranked game mode, a competitive game mode, um please announce it soon, even if it's like you're not really going to show them much, but please, like, it would be really cool if they would like announce like a competitive game mode or like a ranked game mode, because it would make more people get into Skate 3 and like want to like get good, at competitive before Skate 4 comes out. I
Well,
think that would be pretty nice to boost people's motivations to
not
get
only
good at the
that, but it's
game.
also a great way to indicate other people of, yeah, I want to steer away from that crowd because competitive's not for everybody.
That is
You know,
true too. That is true.
because
Competitive isn't for
I understand
everyone,
those people
but
who are like, man, I used to join a random mega park and someone drops 80K on me, bro. That's not fun. Like,
yeah,
I can
very
understand from
true.
that perspective.
Yeah.
At the same time, even though it's not what Luke wants, I feel like they could do like easily a street league type of thing for a ranked mode.
Oh yeah.
And obviously it wouldn't be
Yeah,
the
for
competitive
sure.
we wanted, but it would be a ranked skate mode. And I think ranked, if done right, I think everyone could have fun. Especially if they did it like ranked spot battle in Skate 3, where it's more like overall earnings compared to like, hey, look how much better I am than you. I think it could be interesting, but I have no clue on board sales and what they plan on replacing that with.
Yeah.
I hope
Swag.
they do.
Swag, yeah.
Swag.
Get some
I got
swag,
they
buy
do,
your flag
swag.
bags.
I hope they do ranked flumping.
Rank
I think that'd be really
flumping,
good.
We need that.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna envy those people who get really good at off-board actions.
True, true.
Just
It's like,
hate from afar.
because I can definitely see like some hardcore like competitive death racers, and some like competitive spot battlers and Hall of Meat
Competitive,
players and
competitive coffin
Competitive
masters.
flumping.
yeah, competitive bluffers, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
For
Like
sure.
the only bad thing about competitive though, like I guess with skate is like, a lot of like people that love skating, in real life, it's more about style and stuff. And when it comes to competitive, like the highest score wins, right? So it's not it kind of takes away the point of like having nice style.
Yeah.
So that's the only bad thing about it. But I think if they ever have like if they want like a tournament that's like strictly style, they would have to have judges. Like
Yeah, it's
like how
way
they
too
do.
hard to base off of in-game, like, because I mean, like, shit, like a
Point.
tray flip isn't any harder to do than a laser flip on a controller. Just unless you don't know
True.
how to do it. But once you have that muscle memory,
Yeah.
how is your tray flip gonna look much different than mine unless you flick it slower? And then like that's the only other option. Flick it faster. And so yeah, you're 100% right. If it was strictly based off of style, you would need like real humans judging it. And even based
Yeah.
off of that, it's kind of subjective.
Yeah, it is. For
So
sure.
it's interesting, but I think unfortunately the way we talk about comp and skate, like Cypher said, kind of alienates a lot of people. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
because
true.
you can't even
That
hang
is
out in a
true.
mega park free skate anymore and do a dart catch without getting kicked.
Yeah, but there is like a community with competitive players though. Just like
I
how
think it's
EA,
yeah,
just like how the Full Circle team said, this game is meant for everyone, for the competitive players, the trick liners, the realistic players, the Hall of Meat
Mm.
players, the parkour, the flumpers, it's meant for
flumping.
everyone. It is meant for everybody. So, yeah.
It's all about like how to figure out how to make sure all those people are having fun in their own right. But
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause because I
that's what
know
they do. So
I know people are gonna be getting pissed in spot battle when we like spam like it's the same tricks or something to get the maximum amount of points, you know. I know people will be pissed, but there will also be like a community of people that really love doing that, you know, like how there was with Skate 3 a long time ago. Still is to
of
this
course,
day, but not as big as it was. Like competitive was never like huge, you know, but there was a lot of people playing competitive back in the day, you know.
I feel like
Not, but yeah.
I feel like if competitive could have somehow switched Limelight with trick lining, it would have been even bigger. Maybe. It's kind of a hard thing to wrap your head around, especially seeing it for the first time.
Yeah.
Because I always showed my dad that, and he just kind of didn't understand why it was cool.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks is because like if there's ever like an esports tournament and like people are watching like you play competitive and like you mess up like a couple things, you know, no one knows what you messed up on, you know. They're like, oh, this guy got this score, you know. I don't know. It's just kind of like
It's
it's
not
not
a good
really.
spectator sport.
Yeah, it's not a good
Mhm.
spectator sport,
Unless you're
unfortunately.
very seasoned in it, because even like landing clean or sloppy affects the end score.
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
So
And you have like one or two 180s, like, and it's sketchy, the run's dead in Skate 3, you know, so you're just not going to get record now. And people who aren't really familiar with competitive, the run looks the same, you know, they're like, you know, what went wrong? Why do I have a lower score? Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And it just looks
100%.
boring, but yeah.
It's kind of like watching Above Swift hit 14K at library exit, and then I do the exact same run for the next 10 years, and I still don't have it.
Yeah,
It's tough. I guess that's it. So, you guys don't have anything else?
I'm good. What
Do
about
you
you,
have anything
Cyphers?
you want to say overall, William? I feel like we might have talked over you a little bit, and I apologize.
No, no, definitely not. No, I mean, talked about everything pretty much.
True.
Oh, wait. Do you guys think the furniture and everything has to do with anything, or are they just putting like weird stuff in the game?
I think it's just part of the object dropper.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like
So,
the Skate 3
like the
park
couch.
vibes. Yeah, to where you like add the little red couch and jump on it and bail and act like you're laying there.
Mm,
I think it's that
Hmm.
type of vibe.
Who knows, bro? If you can
okay.
have like your own apartment or something, that'd be really cool, you know?
Pretty much like a
That was
hangout
my
type thing.
theory, but I don't know. I have
Yeah,
no
yeah,
idea.
I've seen your video about that. I've seen your video about that, but yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. You could
Um,
like, you know, level up and earn more like swag, you know, or like points or something, and you can like buy like a place like in GTA, you know, if you have some money, you can like buy like a place and get your own apartment, you know,
yeah.
add it to your apartment. I think that'd be really cool, but who knows, man? Who knows?
There's so much
Well,
to speculate on.
Yeah,
yeah,
there's so much, yeah.
there's still so much we don't know and everything, but
Mhm.
um we should do this for the next boardroom. We should just do this for every boardroom. Just come
Every
back, talk about it.
The
True.
That'd be cool.
skateboard council meeting.
the council meeting, the people who are not in the council.
Yeah.
People that
We
are
have our
not
Sorry,
name up.
Calflex. Sorry, Skate 3 Tommy. You're not allowed to.
You guys can't join. This is an exclusive thing. You guys want to understand.
The non-council
Council.
meeting.
Yeah.
non-council council meeting.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys doing this with me.
Of
Yep.
course.
Yeah, thanks.
I had fun, man. I had
Thank
fun.
you.
Goodbye,
Thanks for having
audience.
us. Goodbye, guys.
Later.